Hello everybody and welcome. You've clearly come to the right place. I remember this place. How close do you want to get? I knew you f***ing. Let's start off proceedings by asking you to tap that like button, hit that subscribe button if you've not done already, and why not bump that notification so you don't miss out on the next video. Today we're opening the debate that could mean the difference between life and death. I'm asking the general public, should cyclists be able to run red lights? I think Billy Ocean said it best in his 1975 smash hit, "Red light spells danger." That being the case, why do cyclists risk it all?
In the danger zone.
There are sometimes reasons why cyclists risk the red. One of them being that traffic lights sometimes have pressure pads that aren't quite sensitive enough to pick up whippet-like cyclists on their carbon frame bikes. A recent study here in the UK by 5 separate police forces found out that 72% of cyclists actually stop at red lights. Hampshire, Derbyshire, Shropshire, Somerset, and of course London. No prizes for guessing who topped the chart, smashing through Roxanne's window. Roxanne. The police. Red light? Right there. So join me as we find out what the public think. So set your emojis to red. Transition. Should cyclists stop at red lights?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the law, so you should. But, I mean, if there was like some way they could do it, so it was like if it was dead quiet, and why are you going to stop like when there's no one around, then yeah, I don't know. If there was some way they could do it, I don't know how that works, but you know, there's nothing worse than if you're on a ride on your own and then there's no one around and then you just have to, you know. But I mean, obviously it is the law, so it's, I don't know.
Should cyclists have to stop at red lights?
Of course they do. Yeah.
All the time?
All the time.
Even on a quiet road when there's no traffic around?
I think so, because they should give example, and especially like with, I don't know how it works in the UK, but in France, some automobilists don't really like cyclists, so we should show example. Actually, there is a rule in France, if you turn left, you're allowed to cross even if it's red.
Right. Yeah, maybe they should do that here. But what about the traffic lights? So here in the UK, I don't know if it's the same in France, but they have like pressure pads, so when the car approaches it, the car will press on the pressure pad so the lights know that there's a car there, and then they'll change for that car. But if a cyclist rolls up to them, obviously the pressure pad can't feel the cyclist, so you could be stood there for a good hour waiting for a car to turn up. Could a cyclist go through a red light then?
Of course then.
Yes. Question. Should cyclists be able to go through red lights?
No.
Why not?
Dangerous. Well, if the road's dead, completely dead, then alright, yeah. In a village, but
All
otherwise
right.
no.
Let me paint a picture. Roadworks.
Yeah.
It's dead. There's no cars. The sensor won't pick up the cyclist.
Yeah.
What happens then?
Well, you probably go on the left-hand side, can't you, and just sneak around.
Yeah. So there's a time and a place.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Should cyclists have to stop at red lights?
Yes.
All the time?
That's a difficult question. In my eyes, yes, because it's a safety thing, isn't it? Why we've got to obey the highway code like everyone else, so why not?
True. I mean, you are right, but it's a bit of a grey area. Because there are times, especially on roads like this, where there's some roadworks down the road. If the sensor doesn't pick the cyclist up and the roads are really quiet, cyclists technically could be there all day.
True. Yeah. There's always going to be little loopholes and little scenarios, isn't there? But generally speaking, I mean, where I'm from is quite busy.
Yeah.
So it's definitely it's for cyclists.
Fair.
Safety first and foremost, isn't it?
Mate, do you think cyclists should be able to run red lights?
Don't go on, mate. All right. You smell like cats. I'm gonna bite your face off.
Let go.
I'm gonna bite your face off. I'm gonna bite your face off. You YouTube.
What do you think?
Shove it up your ass.
Okay. So there we have it, the public have spoken. Leave your comments down below and let me know what you think. I think the real reason why people get annoyed at cyclists going through red lights is that nobody wants to accidentally hurt somebody else. No one also wants to get a scratch on their custom paint job on their blooming larder. let's not risk it in the red. It's an embarrassing way to go. But if you do see someone running a red light, just bear in mind that they're probably just trying to get back to the village that they come from. And there's probably a tourist in that village wondering where the idiot is. Make sure you hit that like button and that subscribe button. Roxanne!